online tutorial for our Python programming course by your assistant professor Raja Subramanian from Kalaslingam Academy of Research and Education. We will continue to plot pie chart in our programming here. Yes, I'll have pandas for importing my data set and matplotlib.pyplot to draw the charts and steps. I have the index to represent my data instead of the auto-generated index. Yes, now coming here, plot.py. If you see the previous video, we depicted how to do bar charts. Bar chart being a two-dimensional chart, we need to give two inputs, x-axis and y-axis to it, and then develop. But pie chart is actually a single dimensional chart, so it requires only one input. I am giving dB of runs descending. If you see our data sets will have something called as runs descending, which will have the runs scored by each player in the series. So that's what we are going to represent in our pie chart. So that I have the dB of runs descending, and my label is going to be the player names, dB of player. And shadow is equal to true is used to depict my whole pie chart should get some 3D view to have some shadows and all. We have another parameter such as color. We have another parameter such as explode. Explode will make a particular pie chart pie to come explode outside or to come outside to give some more beautiful view. We can do steps like that also. This is actually a more simplest program. And I can also give a title for my pie chart. I say run scored by the players. And I will say plot.show to show my pie chart that is actually depicted. If you see, this is the pie chart what we have obtained for, and for each players I have obtained the particular pie value. Since we have small spaces here, the player names have jumbled over it, and this is actually an easier representation for pie chart. And I can do more steps on that and more innovations on this. Next, we will see another chart called as scatter plot. Yes, scatter plot is also very similar to your bar chart. As I have run the program, let's just see the program first. So scatter plot, I will use the same database. Now coming here, plot.scatter instead of being plot.bar. Okay, since that is all, bar chart is also two-dimensional, scatter plot is also two-dimensional. So I'll give the two names, db players, db force, number of force played. And I want the color to be blue, and alpha value I can change it to 0.8 to be more thick. So I don't want more transparent, I want somewhat thick. I can have a maximum value of 1 also. And my x label is going to be player name, and y label is going to be number of force hit by the player. And the title of my graph is going to be force hit by the players. Just the name change is plot.scatter. Very simple. And if you see, I'll get a scatter plot. It's like this. Since the player names are more and the spaces are less, they are actually jumbled over here. And finally, we will see our chart on line charts. Line chart is also very simple. Just to say plot. It is also two-dimensional, so I will give two things: db.index, the p1, p2, that values, and db of force, the number of force hit by the player, and that color should be in blue, and the label for that line will be force. Similarly, I will plot another line which is going to be having same db.index, but the axis y-axis will be db of 6, number of 6 hit, and the line for that will be in red color, and the label for that line will be 6s. I'll have x label as player index and y label as runs, because 4s and 6 commonly I will name it as runs. And title of my chart is going to be 4s and 6s hit by players. And I have plot.legend. So say what red color is 4s, red is 6 and blue is 4s. I can have a box like that to represent. And I'll just plot.show to show my graph. And if I run this, we'll get a beautiful line chart depicting that two lines are there. So if you see, blue color lines stands for, this box is called legend box. So blue color lines stands for force. That is, this is force, and for sixes I have represented using red color lines. So with Matplotlib and pandas, you can make many number of charts, and I will assign you many tasks for doing this using some learning algorithms to make more innovations and steps. Thank you.